облачной инфраструктуры и актуальность облаков
Cloud infrastructure and importance of the clouds.
Ярославом Камасом,
This is what we are going to speak with.
Либерум Навитас. Ярослав, здравствуйте.
Добрый день.
Hello, Yaroslav. Hello.
Сначала обсудим актуальность.
Let's discuss in the beginning the importance of the clouds in our current conditions.
Многие удобства.
Because from one side, a cloud gives a lot of conveniences, and on the other side,
Каким-то образом поменять.
we had those events which somehow could influence, or maybe they didn't change the perception of people to the cloud.
Вступлением новой эры
Well, honestly speaking, after this new era has come after the February 21st, 24th of this year, and the perception of people of the clouds became more intense because a number of events happened when people using clouds of Western companies,
причем не только
these are well-known services, and not only clouds, but also placement of some virtual resources in those clouds,
оказались
they
фактически лязгнул железо.
were cut away from them. The iron wall has been lost their data. They've lost a lot of businesses, medium and small businesses,
И с этим действительно
and they've stayed with nothing
загруженность.
because of this. People do carefully look at these clouds, but the world is changing. The volumes of information that we are looking at is growing geometrically.
Назад мой
If 20 years ago, 25 years ago, my personal computer was looking like top, the best, but right now mobile phone, which has much more possibilities, is not sufficient to me for storage of the information, processing of this information.
себе постоянно
So the option of buying yourself constantly the hardware, upgrading this hardware, changing this hardware, it's a dead-end situation. Hardware is always produced new, and cloud technologies are very important. Cloud providers are very important. When from trusted locations you can request those resources that you need. Today,
ну, для нас, для нашей страны, можем считать
trusted places for us are only those things which are located in the territory of our country. And right now, if previously there were certain risks that state authorities will come, they will try to take it away from you.
ну, сейчас просто
Right now,
возможности получить
there are no possibilities of getting something from the West. So these risks are becoming secondary,
как бы рынок российских облаков, я считаю,
and the Russian cloud market will bloom.
Изменились ли как-то ожидания людей, заказчиков к
Have expectations of people changed to cloud infrastructure or cloud services in recent months? Expectations have not changed because people want to consume resources. People need to fulfill their objectives, but to fulfill them, they need resources.
ожидания не изменились.
So, no, expectations have not changed, but
Позитив, да, на позитив.
we are visiting positive hot days, and
Массовой информации по
in all means of mass information and to all the channels, we regularly see the different resources, different clouds
структурах, так он премис атакует.
located in cloud infrastructures, and they're being attacked. And we have a question, and we have to be defended. And right now in the Russian market, we have only positive whose products can be used for this purpose.
Спасибо за мнение. Если
Thank
говорить
you very much for your opinion. But speaking about specialized cloud infrastructure, what is it? Specialized cloud infrastructure is a concept which allows
Облачное
us
решение
to
максимально отвечает
build cloud solutions
заказчика, решить его бизнес-задачу.
which
Самый
solve business objective. And the most valuable thing that we have, because we all are living people and the resource is completed, irrespective to the fact that we miss some time, some money, some hardware, but you will not replace and replenish the time. And in the moment when you try to solve the objectives or where to buy, and you can buy it, yeah, you can buy it separately, but it's very complicated quest. Or
как бизнесмена, как владелец,
well, you're not solving business objectives as the owner of the business and earning money.
облачная специализированная
That's why
структура
specialized cloud infrastructure is a concept which allows you to get advantages of public clouds and private clouds. Public clouds.
такой самый
What is the advantage, significant advantage of public clouds? Is the horizontal scalability. If you need something, it's very simple and easy, can be pulled around. Those resources that you consume plus
Часть истории связана, что ты можешь
There's a story which is related that from the cloud you can receive services. I don't know, software as a service, as a platform as a service, but you receive services. You don't implement them on your platform. But what's so good in clouds and public and clouds and clients don't like some things in the clouds, and they don't like that they don't have transparency
информации.
from the point of view of storing information, from the point of view of how information is moving, where this information is located, who has access, who doesn't have the access.
Провайдеры декларируют, что
And all the providers are declaring that everything's all right, we are protected. But these are risks which exist and which can
в стендах могут не сработать.
exist and they can work and they may not work.
Да, это
But there's another extremity, it's a private cloud. When you are in-house, in your own perimeter, you're protected from physical security, informational security, and how do you build the cloud? You get all the advantages which you don't have in the public. You don't understand where's the information, who has the access, doesn't have this access. But there's another problem. If you will look at public clouds
масштабируемости.
for 100% scalability,
Частное облако, оно тоже
the
масштабируется.
private cloud is also scalable. However, first of all, you are closed in your hardware, which you have already purchased. And how did you tune it up for the current processes? And the second story, when you make the private cloud,
Денег
you invest a lot of money. You have a big capex. You want to do it once and for all. And usually it comes to an end. It ends in 2-3 years. And the solution that you had previously yesterday, today, does not correspond to your current needs.
специализированная облачная инфраструктура — это
But specialized cloud infrastructure is a concept which combines pluses with scalability, and this is methodology and practice of building cloud solutions, not virtualization of current resources, but cloud solution which includes all aspects related with scalability, movement, adding of computing capacities, etc.
Поговорим про
By the way, let's speak about the hardware. You've mentioned hardware, which is currently limited, and there are significant limitations and big deficit. And the longer it's going to happen, the more deficit we'll have. And obviously, clouds will be able to solve this problem to the client. Do you see that client understands the role of the cloud as a solution of problem of the absence of the hardware, or the client wants to build his own clouds and his own hardware?
надо разделить.
Well, we have to separate this problem, and it does exist on the Russian market. Hardware disappeared. Just yesterday, day before yesterday, there was a research published that even China has cut away telecom supplies by 90%.
Страны у нас
So we don't have in our country, we don't have, well, for those users who live here, who work here,
нашу страну лучше, ну как бы
who make our country better,
хорошая.
and we're trying to do something good for our country, and there's no possibility to buy hardware. And which aspects do we have in here? Yes, we do have some hardware, which
Но сегодня нам бы
should be fixed for extended period of time, but we should understand how well it is utilized, how well it is used, and what is to be done with it in the future. And the second aspect, as you properly said, is the supply of new hardware, cloud solutions. And the main idea of these cloud solutions, where is it?
он потребляет
That users above, they consume resources, software time, hardware, and what's
интересовать.
at the bottom. They should be interested in it. And properly built cloud solution
Избавить пользователя от
removes from the user attention to those resources he consumes. For example, peace has dropped away,
железа,
and you've pulled new hardware,
пошло в работу. Пользователь не
and then it is being used, and the user have not noticed it. And in connection with this
решение, которое
cloud solution, which is built on the basis of this concept that we have been declaring, the one that has been offered to us,
потому что пользователь он не должен
because the user shouldn't think, user shouldn't feel some lack of resources.
тратить свое время, допустим, на покупку.
They shouldn't spend their time for the purchase, because the properly, correctly built cloud solution is not a box. You cannot take it and put it inside. If you have nothing, Yes, you can take software hardware complex, it works, it stays here, and it will cover your needs for a certain period of time.
Решение, которое вот
But
должно
a solution that must work, it should remove this problem from the user completely, and it changes processes. So if today
покупки там
process of purchasing new hardware without taking in consideration this new epoch, you need to look what do you need to select existing manufacturers, you can look at the prices, and this is a process. It used to take from 4 to 8 weeks. It's a lot, and you need to solve this problem today, maybe tomorrow, but they telling you, well, in 8 months you will solve your problem.
соответственно,
Yes,
облачное
and
решение,
therefore cloud solution,
условно говоря, в том числе ты там, допустим, потребляешь именно как ресурс,
where you consume the resources, you buy from the provider these resources,
решение, ты говоришь,
properly built solution, and
в 20% больше, мне нужно в 10 раз больше. Да,
like, for example, you need 10 times more. Okay, when? Tomorrow? Yes.
это будет железо,
It's going to be the hardware of well-known vendors. Whatever, doesn't matter.
ты гарантируешь, что там наверху
So you guarantee that up there will be availability of this hardware. Well, if it's so attractive and interesting,
Хочется понять, насколько
we want to understand
рынок
how densely is populated this cloud market and what is the role of your company on this market. The cloud market,
говорим про вчера.
if we speak about yesterday, no, let's speak about today. If we're speaking about yesterday, the cloud market was really occupied because
Значимая не большая часть, а значимая часть нашего рынка.
significant part of our market was taken by Western providers, where the data was stored. But right now it's a new era, and the market became more free.
Очень много компаний,
And there's a lot of companies.
они не
Well, everybody. They have not just lost an opportunity to build clouds in-house or bring part of their infrastructure somewhere to the West, but they have lost an opportunity
получать ресурсы. Но мы не можем.
to acquire resources. We cannot buy it. So I think that the market will grow
Смотрят.
very fast, and everybody are going to look because the budgets are being held,
У нас количество объема данных растут экспоненциально.
and they are growing exponentially, and this is highly demanded. Today the market is going to drop,
2-3
and
года
in the nearest 2 3 in the end of the year there's going to be a growth because nobody has removed those objectives. You cannot do it for somebody else. But the role of your company in the market, and how is it different from other solutions?
компании мы
The role of my company,
выход
the role of our company, we came out of international company, we came out of big Russian integrators, and we have collected a team of experts
свою жизнь построил не
which have built dozens of complicated computing capacities in the beginning, and recently very complicated cloud solutions as well.
постулировал,
So
что надо
we are stating that we have to follow the business needs of the client, and we have to solve those needs which clients have. We are not limited
у нас есть какой-то вот уже
by the fact that we are having some complete box solution, software, hardware solution, and we have no objective of pulling on top of this solution, on top of these complex problems of the client. So we can say that public
с добрым.
cloud with a beautiful, nice face.
Не хватает на рынке нас.
So this is something that is missing in the market.
Мы сами работая там предыдущему профилю покупали
So in a previous profile, we've been buying some resources. So you come to public and they tell you, okay, go to the store and buy it. But well, I don't want it.
решить, чтобы у меня система
I need to solve my problem. I want my system not to drop. I want to buy, yeah, private cloud. Okay, good.
частного.
Thank you very much. We have purchased it. Okay, wonderful. But we have changed the objective and it doesn't work. So in order to avoid it,
Мы решаем, ну как бы идем в сторону решения задач.
we are moving in the direction of helping our client, and our expertise helps us in doing this.
Мы гордимся, нам нравится, мы довольны.
And we are proud, we are happy.
Да,
So we are friends of people who've been involved in the development of heavy, complicated systems for different gaming manufacturers and developers. And right now we can use their experience and knowledge and apply this knowledge to solve the problems of the clients. And also, it is very important to understand where the data is being stored. In your case, all the data is stored where? In Russian data centers,
в различных российских цодах.
different Russian data centers. We look at clients' needs and on the stage of initial discussion what they want,
Где он это?
they discuss where do they want it.
А,
If they don't have any criminal desires, tough requirements, we have data centers of partners where we have been placed and we provide our services from there. And some clients, they say, we want it there. We say, okay, we understand you. We are friends with you. We started agreeing how it's going to be like there.
не
So that client
как ему
wouldn't think about what they need, how they need, etc., etc. But why specialized cloud infrastructure is important now?
железа нет.
As we've told you previously, there is no hardware. Current hardware should be utilized. Resources will be demanded,
Все равно
and the client,
момент нужно
at a certain moment of time, you will have to bring some of your needs and business objectives in the cloud.
зачастую получалось как у меня
And very often it was happening like I have a system and I have some resources, additional resources which I inbuilt in my system. I need expertise, I need people who understand how it's going to live. So we offer you to move in another direction. We suggest that we need to build a cloud next to you and cover all of these with an umbrella.
Вы изначально строите
So initially,
решение рядом, которое
you build a solution next door solution. Yesterday I would say let's replace it, but today we say we have a hardware, it's going to work for a certain period of time. But what is important, if your hardware is going to break, you're not going to have discontinuation of your services. Okay, let's do it in the following way.
да, там
In this data center, we will properly build the hardware. Yes, it's OpenStack, KVM, Russian, not Russian, whatever. However, additionally to these, things that you have will be covered and supported by the lower level of the hardware and these resources. Well, if your server is going to break, well, God forbid, but this resource it will be provided to you. Do I properly understand it happens that for every client, you do your own configuration of the cloud solution. You don't have, okay, guys, we are going to put you in a certain box. Well, I'm against box solutions. I'm against boxed solutions, not because they are bad. Box solution always solves one standard objective, which everybody might have.
нужна коробка, пожалуйста.
But if you want a box, you can get a box. And we have Russian developers. You can go to them and you can buy a box.
Мы идем
But we are saying that we are solving clients' problems. We do what client needs.
замечательный, наверное, пример 1С.
And there's an example, 1S.
Можешь купить коробку,
You can buy box solution, and here it is. It's available.
половина людей эту коробку
But more than half of people are completing this box because they have totally different needs. Well, it's a Russian company. It's a main system, Russian system, 1S.
вопрос.
And the final question that I have to you,
Задачи,
which
к вам обращаются
goals usually clients come to you with? Which problems they want to solve with the help of your solutions? Top 3. Well,
снизить косты свои текущие.
cost reduction, current cost reduction, this or other way,
Косты это
because costs it mean people, it's expertise, and right now
даже в новой эре.
expert even in this new era can work globally.
Вторая проблема сегодня.
The second problem today is the absence of the hardware, and client through his procedure can buy only new.
Зачем новая?
Why new?
И где?
And where?
Ну, есть нюансы с тем, что новые
There are certain peculiarities that new hardware is being investigated and used one is not investigated. And number 3,
ответственности.
it's always transferring the responsibility. In one case, client is responsible for everything. How does it work? How is it being spent? And if something is being broken, it comes to him. So he shares his responsibility.
Мало
And
своя
in addition to sharing it,
пятая точка ближе.
your ass is closer to you.
Что я могу
And there's a psychological moment that you can rebuke somebody
перенос вот этой
So the transfer of this responsibility to the side
ослабляет. Он чувствует себя немножко
relaxes the client and he feels a little bit lighter, but at the same time releasing yourself from part of responsibility, he releases his time for more productive activities which he can do and which is going to bring his company more benefits and more money. Thank you very much, Yaroslav. Yes, cloud solutions have very big specifics in Russia.
предыдущий
And in previous realities, cloud solutions were perceived very skeptically, even though in some sense they were proliferated. First of all, these were most popular foreign solutions, but right now, possibilities of using, and not even possibilities, but a desire of using foreign clouds, there is no such desire. And the question of hardware, the question of the absence of hardware, the question of flexibility, the question of scalability,
обязательно нужно, и
it has to be solved.
делается, тем лучше.
And the faster it's being done, the better it is. And cloud solutions, trusted cloud solutions, most likely will become this answer which Russian developers can bring to the market on a timely basis. Thank you very much, Yaroslav Kamas, Libera Novitas.